Hey guys, I'm Dave and welcome to the Trull Gallery. Today we're going to make a bit holder to hold my new tapered drill bits that'll mount on my French cleat wall. If you're like me and you have a small shop and a little messy, it's important to keep things organized. I recently bought a new set of tapered drill bits and they're a little different than my old ones. And rather than rebuild my old bit holder, I decided to make one that'll fit on my French cleat wall. Let's see how that came together.
Several years ago, I built a drill bit storage rack to hold all my bits. There's room for my Forstner bits, Spix bits, twist bits, spade bits, plug cutters, and my tapered bits. I'm still using this rack, but when I ordered new taper bits to replace my old broken and dull ones, I realized it wouldn't fit in the same holder. My old bits sit in the rack on the drill bit shaft, and the new bits have hex ends. I plan on replacing the old bits with a similar style, I just couldn't find them at the moment. Before I opened the package too far, I used it as a layout guide. I marked a center line for each of the bits on a piece of half-inch Baltic birch scrap that was about 10 inches by 2 inches. Then I figured out the spacing for the two stop collars and the Allen wrench and added those marks as well. At the drill press, I put a 5/16 brad point bit in the chuck, and then set my fence so it lined up with the mark I'd made about 3/4 of an inch in from one edge. I made sure that the sacrificial face on my table was solid to prevent any blowouts, and then drilled through holes for each of the 6 bits. Keeping the fence in the same place, I swapped out the brad point bit for a 7/8 inch Forstner bit and drilled about 1/4 of an inch deep to make a recess for the large stop collar. I switched over to a 5/8 inch Forstner bit and drilled another stopped hole for the smaller collar. One last bit change, this time to a 5/32 inch brad point bit, and I drilled a through hole for the Allen wrench. With all the holes drilled, it's time to see if everything fits. Since I didn't really measure anything. Since everything looks good, it was over to the miter saw to cut the stock down to about 7.5 inches. There's no real reason for this size other than I'm trying to keep it as compact as possible. Before assembling the bit holder, I gave it a quick sanding with my random orbit sander and some 120 grit paper, focusing on the interior surfaces that'll be hard to get at later. I added a bead of glue and held it together with a few 23 gauge pin nails until the glue set up. I made sure to clean up any glue squeeze out before it dried. Another quick sanding, this time focusing on the edges and exterior faces. I realized that one of the ends was a little rough looking, so I went back to the miter saw, trimmed it up, and sanded it smooth afterwards. I also made a point to ease any edges so they would be smooth to the touch once it was completed. With all the work done, it was time to find a space for it on my wall and load up all the bits and pieces.
This was a quick and easy project, but it'll help keep the shop organized. I do have a habit of buying new things and not having a place to put them, and then they get lost in the shuffle. This quick cleat holder will keep my bits safely stored away. I'd love to hear what you think about this video. Was there something I could have done differently, faster, easier, smarter? drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, how about giving us a thumbs up and maybe share it with your friends? And if you haven't already, hold that thought. If you haven't already, maybe hit that subscribe button and a little bell so you get notified every time I put up a new video. Not sure what's coming up next, but I'm sure it'll be something, well, either interesting or educational or just a little odd. Who knows? But for now, stay safe. Have a great day. We'll see you soon. Seemed good.